Okay, so in addition to entire curriculums, we also focus on identifying lessons and units with special populations considerations. One of the resources that we have presented for you today comes from FDIC, and it is they have actually a couple of lessons on credit. They're really accessible. We like these lessons because for special populations, because credit is something a lot of our students who are newcomers, and a lot of our students in special populations, like our migrant students, are newcomers to the country, have no prior experience with credit. So in America, credit is a big deal. It is a tool for wealth building. It gives us access, having a positive credit history, having a higher credit score, gives us access to better financial opportunities. But when you're new to this country and you have no prior experience with credit, you come from a cash-based financial system, like many of them do, it's important to have those lessons that lay the foundation so students can understand what is credit, how to access it, and how to build a positive credit history. Mm-hmm. So that's one of the lessons that we focus on. FDIC has many other lessons, entire curriculums, in fact, but we wanted to just show you a couple because we only have an hour and we want to honor your time, be respectful of your time. CFPB is another resource that has an extensive list of activities with a financial theme. I think they have about 274, but don't panic. You can filter by grade band, by content. They're really, really good activities. But I wanted to talk to you about calculating the numbers in your paycheck. That's one activity that we picked for the purposes of special populations. The reason being that, again, a lot of our students are working at earlier ages in special populations because they want to contribute, supplement their family's income. A lot of our migrant students are as early as 12 years old, are already working alongside their parents and other family members in agriculture and fishing. And these are important things for them to understand. Why is my earning not what I'm taking home? What's going on? Where's this money going? I understand. I think we all do. When we got that first paycheck and we were expecting it to be a number and it was a very different number, we find it's really important to explain to our students what deductions are taken out of their paychecks and why. So this is an important thing also for all students to understand, but we do focus on, for the reasons I just explained, on special populations for understanding the numbers on your paycheck. In addition to curriculums and lessons, we also have units. The one we chose to share with you today is from Take Charge Today, and they're a program from the University of Arizona, and it's called the Receiving Unit. The focus of this unit is around changing the negative perception many have of people, families, individuals who temporarily rely on programs from the government that provide financial assistance. This unit does a great job at explaining anyone at any time can experience economic hardship. We know as a result of natural disasters, loss of income due to employment loss, loss of a loved one, or most recently, we all went through this, the COVID-19 pandemic. A lot of people who were financially stable all of a sudden needed that extra support to meet their financial needs and provide for their family. So this unit does a great job at showing what government programs are available for individuals who need that assistance, and does a great job also at showing, hey, these people are hardworking people. They're very respectable. They're very, it's not something that they did wrong. It's not their fault. These are just things that happen to individuals and can happen to any of us. So this curriculum does a really great job at creating that awareness and understanding of the different circumstances that can lead to someone at any point needing that financial assistance temporarily.
Thank you. And so I want to touch a little bit on the social emotional side of these lessons and also connect to a question that was in the chat as well. So first, with the receiving unit, there's an amazing social emotional learning connections to this receiving unit when you're thinking about social awareness and social engagement. But so I would actually recommend this for any classroom, not just for special populations. I think it's a fantastic unit on learning both facts about government assistance and developing understanding of different viewpoints. With the FDIC Money Smart lessons, so obviously credit, like my lady mentioned, great reasons to teach our students about credit. Letitia on the chat also asked about the dangers of getting into debt by using credit. Absolutely, yes. We fully recognize that's an important part of credit to access as well. For me, I like to all tie it back to social emotional learning because credit is essentially trust, right? The basis of credit is trust. And when you break that trust by overspending, you have to take concrete steps to really try to rebuild that trust by making payments on time and not borrowing any more money. So I'm always going to kind of expand into the social emotional side of things. But yes, Letitia, we absolutely have those lessons as well. A lot of those lessons focus on explicit decision-making skills and problem solving. So teaching students how to look at APRs and evaluate loans and things like that in that. So if you're interested, I'm actually going to put my email in the chat right now. Please send me an email with just, you need a line in the subject that says credit card lesson, and I will send you some of our favorites that we have reviewed. Speaking of our review, I also just want to make the note here, like Milady said, this is just a sample of the lessons that we have reviewed for quality and to see what, trying to cherry pick the best that's out there. We've chosen very highly credible sources. Obviously, FDIC, the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau, Take Charge Today does a fantastic job as well. So this is by no means, the limit. There's just a huge wide range of these, and we really are here to help you narrow the focus. How many did you say was in CFPB?
274.
And if you don't want to go through 274, please copy and paste my email with a subject line, and we are more than happy to help you. That's what we're here for.
Absolutely.
Ready to talk dual language?
I am.
Let's talk dual language.
Let's do it.
If I can get this to work. There we go.
So currently in Washington, we have 147 students who identify as English learners. The vast majority of them, over 60% of them, have Spanish as their first language. And we have been fortunate enough to communicate with educators who work with dual language with English learners, and they express, we wanted to know what are the challenges. We want to support educators whenever we can with the best, most relevant resources to meet their needs as well and help them meet our students' needs. So we wanted to know what challenges they faced when, performing their instruction, when providing instruction to dual language learners. And they said it's just the lack of equitably translated resources. So that was extremely alarming, and we decided to focus a lot of our time and efforts to identifying the best, highest quality dual language resources available for financial education. Now, I do want to make the distinction. When we refer to dual language resources, we are referring to resources explicitly in English and Spanish. Both Amy and I are bilingual and biliterate in Spanish and English. So that is what we can do at this point. I wish I could tell you I spoke 5 languages. I don't. So that's what we can do. We focus a lot of attention on using our expertise to provide the best, most equitably translated resources for our Spanish-speaking students who are English learners.